And so I want to make sure we're live, so we're ready to start.
All right.
Okay, one last step and we're ready to go. All right, we're live.
All right, everybody, welcome. I'm sorry, Carlos, we're good? Hi, guys. Welcome to our amazing concert. We are so excited you are here. I am the host. My name is Daniel. Not only that, I actually would like to say thank you to the Sacramento Community Center Association for putting this up, especially with Carlos Fuentes, that he is the president of the board. And not only that, I want to let the musicians, we have a wonderful set for each and one of you guys. I want to say thank you for our musicians that are taking their time to be part of this event. Right now, I just want to let you know, Brennen and Dennis are here together. They're going to be doing some amazing music. And it's not about me. It's about you guys and really experiencing what Christmas and the concert's all about. So thank you guys for doing this. We appreciate you. We're so blessed to have you guys online. Thank you for the audience for being there. And hopefully you enjoy this amazing piece as each and one of them work really hard to do this for you guys. So Brennen, Dennis, go ahead and let's do it.
All right, we're having a hard time hearing you, so we're gonna. I think you just said go ahead, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right. Happy holidays, y'all. That's Brennen Milton.
Here's McBride, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on now. Drops and roses and whispers on pickles, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Green carpet coonies with thick apple street, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, parties that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. I like to get the words right sometimes too, you know? Yeah, maybe it's overrated. Girls in white dresses with satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, simply remember my favorite things. Then I don't feel so sad. Mr. Brennen Milton, y'all. joining us.
Let's see if we can get you guys a little louder for us so we can make sure we can hear you.
All right. We're going to do a song right now. It was one of my daughter's favorite songs. So I'm going to dedicate this to Allie. This is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days. Faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll just have to muddle through and have yourself a merry little Christmas. I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Brennen Milton. He's gonna do a solo for you right here.
Thank you so much. As I've come here to live in Sacramento, I really have come to appreciate how much people enjoy the Beatles. So here's a little something from John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Thank you.
Dean was going to ask you some questions.
Aha.
Or maybe not.
Hi. Yeah. No, I can't hear you. Are you muted?
I think I feel like I am.
Right.
I feel like sometimes in Zoom it's with my students. Wait, I think you're still on mute. So-
I know. I do it all the time. My students have to tell me all the time, I can't hear you.
Well, I want to say thank you. What a beautiful song. And not only that, Brennen, you came from Sac State, and not only that, you were a few years ago you went to New York and Carnegie Hall. How was that experience going there? And you were telling me you probably went there twice?
Yeah.
If I remember.
My experiences at Carnegie Hall have been absolutely fantastic. The first time I went to Carnegie Hall, I was actually invited by a group of musicians who I was in a music festival with over in Italy back in 2015. Wonderful experience. And then the second time, as you all may or may not know, I won a competition with the president of our board, Carlos Fuentes, the what was the name of this thing? The Golden Classical Music Awards. Yes. So yeah. That was really great. Yeah, thanks for asking about that.
Well, I want the audience to know what was your background, and not only that, you play two instruments. Can you tell the audience what those two instruments you actually play?
As far as my background, I come from Memphis, Tennessee, with a start in show style marching band. If you've ever seen Drumline, that's what we did, and we played all kinds of R&B tunes from like the 70s and 80s, and and all kinds of stuff like that. I've always been a multi-instrumentalist, actually. As early as high school, I took beginning band classes where I played trombone. I played bass sax. I played my main instrument is clarinet, as you know, the licorice stick, as many people call it. And lately, after I graduated with a master's from Sac State, like you said earlier, an economic opportunity came up to allow me to expand my teaching opportunities. Like I said, I played saxophone for many, many years, as well as clarinet. But there were a few students who wanted some of my musical expertise, but they played the flute. And so I wasn't an expert at the flute about 4 or 5 years ago, but I really didn't want to turn away a person who said they wanted my musical knowledge, so I went out and I read up on the subject. I absolutely have a very sound musical instrument learning technique, and have since applied that to my flute playing. And I've really, really enjoyed learning so much more about the flute, as well as the saxophone and the other instruments that I play. My degrees have actually been in musical instrument performance, most specifically the clarinet. So I've built a long list of practice techniques to improve my technique on the instrument and learn how to express music through the instruments best as I can.
Well, and I remember you came to my campus a few times, and my students loved you. And you had something you spoke to the students about a stage fright. Can you tell the audience?
Yes. In addition to being a musician, I'm also a lecturer and a researcher. Right, and so I've done a significant amount of research on performance anxiety and how to reach peak performance through what may call, in spite of, I should say, what people will call stage fright. One of the techniques that I try to employ to help me get through my stage fright and anxieties is I try and stay in a learner's mindset and a beginner's mindset as much as possible, so that I can continue to understand where I am versus the progress that I've made. I've recently taken up sewing, right? As you can see, I sewed the shirt that I have on today, and it constantly reminds me and it humbles me, to know that, I've done everything I could to prepare for the present moment, and that I can really only give what I have. Right, and so that really continues to help me get through even some of the most pressured performances, such as Carnegie Hall and the like. But please ask me more about my sewing later. All right. What do we have for them now?
How about we're gonna do a little sleigh ride for you right now. Pick it up from your little jumping jump.
Yeah, let's pick up the pace here a little bit.
All right.
Come on, it's lovely weather for
be the perfect ending of a perfect day. Simply songs we love to sing without a single stop. Round the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, pop, pop. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy when they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie. Like a picture print by Korea and eyes. These wonderful things are the things I remember all through my life. Just hear the statement. Come on, it's love and close the right. Outside the snow is falling in front of you. Come on, it's lovely weather for stay right together. Come on, it's lovely weather for stay right together with you.
Yeah.
There we
Very
go.
cool, dude. Yeah.
Now, when he said he invited me last week to do this show, and he said I want to do the Little Drummer Boy.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get him to sing. He wouldn't hear it.
Hey, I mean, I don't know about that. And it just always takes so much to sing from me. You know, I haven't studied that as much as the flute, man.
That's all right. We'll get you there.
We'll get there. Go ahead, my friend. Come, they told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum, that's fit to give a king, pa-rum-pa-pum, rum-pa-pum, rum-pa-pum. So to honor him, when we come, baby Yesu, I am a poor boy too, I have no gift to bring, that's fit to give a king, shall I play for him, on my drum? Nari, nari, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played my drums for him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played my drum for him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played my best for him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. That's a fun song. Thank you. I love that. Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you.
No worries. Well, I'm a caterwaul at you a little bit here.
All right. I think I'll let you have this.
Do you mind if I
Well,
move you?
Dennis, I have a question for you.
Certainly, my friend.
Why that song? I mean, it's a beautiful song. I know you have a background of that song. I would love you to share that story with our amazing viewers, if it's okay with you.
It's kind of this time of year is very special to me. You know, I grew up in a very economically challenged environment, so there's one particular Christmas that actually taught me so much about what I appreciate about the season. It's Christmas of 1977. I'm an old dude, so I was 9 years old in 1977. That's when Star Wars came out, and every little boy, especially a 9-year-old boy, wanted Star Wars. And my mom, that particular year, we didn't have anything. She had worked out one present each for my older brother, my sister, and myself. My two oldest brothers, they didn't get anything. They were teenagers. But she'd worked out one present each. My brother Dean, he got a truck. And my sister, she got a doll. And I got the ugliest book bag ever in existence. This thing was the pleather. It was red and green and yellow, and it was so dang ugly. And I got so mad at her, and I threw it at her, and I said, "You didn't even try." And she started crying. And that selfish little boy who wanted not Star Wars, all he wanted at that point was his mother. And so I learned from that point on, matters not what a person gives me, it's the intention behind it. And that's what makes me smile and makes me do music. My mother loved a more classical style that I sing. So I'm going to do this piece right here. This is for my mom. So
I love it, Dennis.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Dennis, for doing that. Thank you. I know that's a very powerful story, and I know our audience are like, wow. Because I want the audience to know we are real. We're not fake, and
Absolutely.
This is amazing. So thank you for really sharing that. And let's get ready to play that another song for your mom, as you said.
Well, I'm just gonna scream it at you. I don't need to play. I'm just gonna do it a cappella.
Yes, and I love it. And I'm getting so many good comments already. I mean, one of the things I wanted to say, we have a person named Peter, and he's all the way from Memphis watching this. So thank you for doing that. So it's kind of cool. You're having everybody around the world watching this. So I want to say, again, for the Sacramento Association, for Carlos Fuentes, and you guys for doing this. I mean, everybody's watching this right now. So now it's all you. Do your magic.
Thank you, my brother. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Their old familiar carols play. And wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to man. I thought as now the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rung so long the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to man. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong that mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then peal the bells more loud and deep. God is is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill. Please, my friend, come on back.
Oh my gosh.
That was loud.
So very moving and powerful, Dennis. My gosh, I had no idea.
I know, that boy screaming at me.
Congratulations on such a wonderful performance.
Thank you. I love you too. All right, well let's have some fun here.
Right.
If I get the timing right. This next song is just so beautiful, and we have to include it because he plays the flute, and it's just so light and airy. It's Charlie Brown's Christmas song. Christmas time is here, sir. Nope, sorry. Yeah.
Beautiful, my brother. All right. Good Lord. Ever good.
Oh, stop. You know, slouch yourself, sir.
Hey, well, thank you, Eric. Allen.
Some days are like fingers. Well, isn't that life?
Well, you know what? We got time for a few more songs here. Dean, do you have any questions you want to ask us?
Always. I always have questions.
Well, there you
But
go.
I don't want to make it about me. It's all about you. So that's all I can tell you.
Well, you know, it's really about Christmas time.
Absolutely.
I agree. I do agree. One of the things I want to ask you, how did you both come together? You know, I like to know that. How did you both met and start working together?
You know, that is quite an interesting story. You know, I first met Dennis while I was a student at Sac State.
Mm-hmm.
He approached me about playing one of his pieces on a recital because he's a composer as well. He makes wonderful electronic music. I mean, awesome, innovative stuff based on hip hop, electronic music. Wonderful stuff. And so we had an exchange that semester because he also is an excellent audio engineer, right? So in exchange for performing on his music, his clarinet part on his music, he agreed to record one of my performances. And so it was a wonderful collaboration. He did such a great job on recording my music, and it was just such a great time. And we finished our studies at Sac State, and we went our separate ways.
Yeah, and over the summer, you know, because of the COVID, I got pretty much, it's like everybody, you know, I was booked, and then I wasn't.
Right.
I literally went from one weekend to the next, and I'm going, okay, now what am I going to do? Right. And the saxophone player in my band got me a temporary job, and that worked for a little while, and it got to the point where I had to start busking. So I grabbed my guitar and I went to Old Sac and I started busking. And I ran into him again.
I'm riding my bicycle down in Old Sac because I'm a fitness enthusiast and I was trying to get out and get some exercise, right? Mm-hmm. And so I see this man playing the guitar and singing. He sounds so great. He's got a guitar, and I love to listen to buskers, right? Because I busk also. And I was like, I always like to support buskers. And I kept thinking, this man, he looks so familiar. He sounds great. He looks great. He's got his guitar, but I feel like I know this man from somewhere.
Yeah. So we just got this together and we started doing some work.
Yeah. He told me who he was, and I was like, oh my God, it's Dennis. Oh my God. Yeah. So that day we jammed a little bit.
Yes, we
I
did.
brought my flute out, you know, because I'm always trying to find reasons to jam on the flute because I just have fallen in love with the flute in the last year or two. Right. And so, and all these opportunities keep coming up, you know, people keep, needing to do other things and keep needing to fill spaces and find musicians to collaborate with. And Dennis is available and he's excellent.
Right.
For us, it's the thing that I love about Brennen is that his music is passionate. Oh. If there's one thing you can see about us, you can feel what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. We don't just say it. We're not just screaming it at you. We feel what we say, and because we feel it, we allow you to do the same thing. It's the way we share our love with you, because this is the way we share our love.
Indeed.
You know, busking for me was a lot less about I need the money and a lot more about this is who I am.
Right.
Music is who I am. Mm-hmm. I can do a whole bunch of other things, but this.
Right. And this
makes me breathe.
That's one of the reasons why the little drummer boy touches me so much.
They are.
You know, because the three wise men, they brought gold, they brought myrrh, they brought like perfumes, they brought all this expensive stuff. And then, you got this little boy. Yeah. Hey, you know what I can do for you, Jesus?
Yeah.
I can play my drum for you. We can give you a little music. I can entertain you. We can take your mind off things for a little while.
This is what we get to. This is how we share our love. I mean,
It is. This is what we
hope you enjoy. We're going to do a song right now because I don't want to run too short on time, and it's really important that I do this song because for years I used to write shows for the Cozza Garden restaurant. And Christmas shows specifically because it was just a little thing to help them raise money. And so one of the things I like to do is to sing Silent Night. Now, I'm going to do more than just sing. I don't want to just sing it. Brennan's going to play a little bit of it. We're going to do this in the key of C. So if there's other musicians out there, when Brennen is playing, we can't hear you if you play with us. So if you're at home and you have your instrument with you, we're in the key of C. It's 4 chords. If you need to know the chords, it's C, A minor, F, and G. If you need to know the words, make them up. I can't hear you. I do it all the time myself. So just sing along, enjoy, share this moment, because that's what this is about. Recreating a community of humanity.
Yes,
and
we
this
do.
song lends itself to do that. So please enjoy Brennen.
Yes, and Dennis, I just want to give you a heads
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry.
I just want to give you a heads up on Dennis and Brennen. Just want to let you know, some people are saying bravo. One of them, Dennis, apparently one of your good friends, said, "I'm watching from Illinois. Very good. My friend of your brother Scott is watching it too. So it's so cool that
God bless you,
I
Scotty.
just want to share that. So just want to let you guys know you are making a difference, and keep up the good work. Let's keep drumming and let's do it. So it's all yours, guys.
Thank you. So please sing with us. It's just Silent Night. Make up the words if you need to. Now please sing with us, will you please? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant soul, tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Now I know y'all felt that. God bless you. All right, now you want to do the Christmas song?
Yes, sir.
Let's do that, right, y'all.
Christmas song.
toasting morning fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows that turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Those tiny little babies with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna smile to see a reindeer really know how to fly. So I'm offering a simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to All right. Well, we got really time to do one more tune, and we're gonna. I love this song. It's a newer Christmas song. It was written by Mariah Carey, but it's in the old traditional gospel style. And I don't know. I was raised singing Mahalia Jackson stuff and Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers. So this is my heart right here. So I love this kind of music. So thank you, Brennen.
Thank you, Dennis.
Hey, before we go anywhere else, I want to say something. My friend Eric, he told me, he said, y'all need to learn something. Y'all need to be part of the nation, the donation. Because I'm going to tell you what, we're here because these people are paying us. They can only pay us if you donate to them.
Mm-hmm.
So please, for future concerts' sake, donate. If it's $5, how's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, think about us as your local small business.
Exactly.
Nonprofit organizations need just as much support right now as small businesses.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we want to continue to bring you all kinds of performances, especially when in-person performances are coming back.
Right.
The Sacramento Community Concert Association wants to be able to welcome you to our next performance.
And just for information's sake, if you get a chance, I play when the COVID is at least allowing outside dining. I play at the Brennen Manor restaurant outside on Saturdays and Sundays. Come along, sing with me. Everybody's welcome to sing with me. Everybody's welcome to play with me. I just have a good time. So if you're out in Old Sac on Saturdays or Sundays in the afternoon, come say hi. You'll likely see Brennen there. He likes to step up and have some fun too.
I might be there.
So thank you all so very much, Dean, Carlos. We really appreciate it. Go ahead.
Well, one more question
Certainly.
before
Well, we're losing you, buddy.
playing the end.
We got nothing on you.
I'm another person. Thank you. And person was saying, okay. So the main thing is I have two things. One of the people said, thank you, Brennen and Dennis, for making me feel the spirit of Christmas. Silent Night brought tears to my eyes, thinking of my mom. It really hit me right there because it's just what you are doing and you guys and SCC's doing. You're making people feel good. And this is what Christmas. And it's not only that, please go on our website SCCACONCRTS.org. Donate on that. It will, because we are literally taking care of our musicians, especially in this whole thing going on. So I want to say thank you. One more question for both of you, because I know we're going to have some young viewers on here, and they're looking up to you and saying, I want to be where you're at. How would you tell them? Because I'm an educator, and a lot of my kids always say, how do I be who I am?
One way I would respond to that,
young,
run, don't do it. Don't do it. Go home, get a job. Don't do it. No, honestly, really, I've done lots of different things, and I can do lots of different things, but this is who I am. If music is who you are, be that, because that's your love. If you get to share your love with the world, you can only smile. You can only have a good day. Even when things go bad, you can only have a good day because you still got your smile. So if a young person wants to get into music, no, don't do it unless you have to do it. And then when you have to do it, give it everything you got. Leave nothing on the table. Every bit of your heart on the open. Be as vulnerable as you can be, because the more vulnerable you are, the more your audience appreciates it. They cried at Silent Night because I was vulnerable. So young people, you want to play? Get out there. Show your heart. And
My advice?
Please.
Meet as many people as possible.
That too. So we're going to do a little gospel for you right here. I'm going to take y'all back home.
All right, it's all yours, guys.
Here we go.
Thank you guys for doing.
Thank you, sir.
Glory, glory, glory.
thought I broke the piano.
Yep. That concludes our set for today. Thanks for joining in, folks.
Doing this, we appreciate
God
it.
bless you all.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you guys for being part of it. Have a wonderful, amazing holiday. Be safe. And not only that, if you want to get to know them, please go to their information. We have it on our website. And thank you guys for doing a wonderful, amazing job. We appreciate you. One of the young ladies, Miss Davis, said, sounds like Orlean gospel. Hallelujah. So it was amazing on that. And so, yeah, so great
All
job.
right,
We
so
have
we're
so
gonna
many
turn
people
it
from
over.
all other states.
All right.
All right. It's
Bye-bye.
all.
Happy
Thanks,
holidays,
guys.
everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only that, we have Mr. Sterling. He is a young musician that literally started when he was 5 years old, and then later on, when he's 12, he just grew and grew in his music and his background in jazz, and not only that, pianist. So let's all welcome you, Mr. Sterling. Welcome. I'm excited you are here with us. Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Yes, we can.
I'm
Mr.
so happy
Sterling.
to be here with you, and
Yes.
you're looking very snazzy today with your Christmas background and your nice suit.
Well, I have to look good out there for the world because of you guys. You guys are killing it out there. We just had a wonderful concert, and now it's all you. And can you share some information about your background? I know your parents are educators, and I mean, you were 5 years old starting
Yes,
music.
sir. Yeah.
That is
Well,
incredible.
I certainly grew up with a lot of music in the household. I was very fortunate for that. I'm coming to you live from my childhood living room here in Carmichael, California. Got a beautiful Steinway grand piano here and a nice Christmas tree in the back, and my dad's over there listening. So couldn't really have better conditions for a lockdown. I still get to make music on this beautiful instrument, and fortunately today I get to share it with you all, so I'm very excited. And a little bit more about my background. As I said, I come from a musical family. My mother's an opera singer and teaches at Sacramento State at the local university. And my father is a very accomplished classical pianist, and he performs regularly in the area and continues to perform and record through the lockdown. And he plays for students at Sacramento State. He's the staff accompanist there. So he plays I grew up hearing any kind of repertoire from Brahms to Berlioz to Bach and Beethoven, all the composers that start with B, apparently, and others. But I kind of went my own direction. As you said, kind of around age 12, I was introduced to jazz, and I started hearing and performing jazz. My very first time at the Sacramento State summer jazz camp with Steve Roach. That was my introduction to jazz. And it all took off from there. And so I continued to study jazz in high school at Rio Americano and Folsom High School. I attended both and had great experiences with the music programs there, and continued on to study professionally at the Eastman School of Music, where I got my bachelor's degree in jazz piano performance and music education.
Man, I love that. One of the things I've noticed, each musician here going to be live later on too. They're all educators. I think it's amazing that you guys are literally making a difference and growing music. And people are saying classical's going down. It's actually going back up because of you guys. So I want to put a shout out on that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that's where it all starts. I was first introduced to music in a class called Kinder Music, at age 5, where I had teachers helping me. And, I think as an educator, it's only right that we pass it on. And, part of sharing our music does not only mean performing, but also teaching. So I definitely grew up with a great example of my parents, who are both professional musicians, but also teachers. And so my mom teaches voice lessons regularly, and my dad has a private piano studio. So teaching and learning and performing all have gone hand in hand. So I'm definitely grateful for that experience.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you do your music and we'll talk later. We have a lot of people from all different states, literally live. I get a little bit of the notes on YouTube of what's
Awesome.
going on. So I will give you a heads up. Audience, if you have any kind of questions, please just put it on those comments. And please do me a favor. Let us know where you're from, because I know we had some from other states. Zach, let's do it. Mr. Sterling, let's have a good time. And Zach said, awesome job. And let's do it. It's all
Okay.
yours.
All right. This first one is my take on a classic carol entitled Carol of the Bells. Hope you enjoy. All right, so that was my take on Carol of the Bells. I hope you all enjoyed that. Today I'm going to be playing a few selections from a recent album that I produced with a friend of mine by the name of Emery Message. And I was playing at a church at St. Michael's one day, and a friend of mine named Diane said, you know, I really enjoy your playing. I'd love to just have some of it around with me in the house. And I said, well, you know, I guess we should make an album then, because we didn't have a Christmas album. And she said, I love your Christmas music. And so I called up my friend Emery, and he plays the saxophone. And we recorded a Christmas album during the lockdown. So I'm excited to be sharing some of the music from that album with y'all today. And it actually just went live today. We just released the album today. We finished it all up yesterday. It was a very quick process. And we have 7 tracks for you that you can find on my Bandcamp. And I'll share a link to that in the chat here in a minute. But I'll be playing a few selections from that, as well as a few selections from an album that we released a couple years ago, that we recorded a couple years ago. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But I'd love to play another Christmas song for you. This is an arrangement that I wrote of I'll Be Home for Christmas. So that was my version of I'll Be Home for Christmas. Hope you enjoyed that one. Daniel, you're back.
Yes, I want to say, wow, we have some amazing people online, and I just want to give you some props, some shout outs. Jeffrey was saying your playing is beautiful and it gets better and better. We love
Thank you.
and support you always. I mean, Francis is saying beautiful. We have many people are just saying, giving the clapping hands. So I just want to let you know, everybody online, we have about 27 to 30 people online right now, and they're just saying thank you. So keep up the good work. One of my questions is for you. I'd like to know, were you ever frustrated when you had to practice like a huge piece for a concert as a musician sometimes?
Let's see. Well, I've certainly spent a lot of hours in the practice room, and there's definitely always that difficult piece that comes along and you say, man, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to play this. But, I've been very lucky to have a lot of mentors, and, my first mentor was my dad, and, growing up, hearing him play, such incredible repertoire, Chopin etudes and Brahms Un Sospiro, beautiful piano pieces. And I go, man, how does he do that? And, he's the first one to tell me, well, I just practiced a lot. And,
Wow.
I feel like, especially growing up, you look at great musicians and great performances and you say, how do I do that? How do they do that? And the answer is very simple. It's just a labor of love. You work on it, you work hard. And if it's your passion, if you're passionate about it, then the work is not as hard because you enjoy it. And there's definitely some days are harder than others, but for me, it's just a daily thing. It's not a hobby for me anymore. It's more of a calling, and I play music every day. I practice every day, even when I don't think I need to practice. When I think I've got it all figured out, I still need to practice because there's always that next step. But for me, the day-to-day is the most important because, even if I'm having a hard day, I still, try to show up as best as I can. And if there's something that's, challenging me or giving me a hard time, I try to just give it my best. And that's all that I can do. That's all that we can do. And hopefully on the other side, it's all worth it, and then you have a beautiful performance or an arrangement that you like. I spent some time working on these arrangements, and now I get to share them with everybody, which is the fun part.
I love it, Mr. Sterling. It's amazing because you are you're brand new, you're young, and not only that, your book is going to be big and bigger. So your chapters are just going to be amazing. And are you excited about that? Because your career is just moving up. Now it's like a stock, but it's actually your stock is just growing. And what do you feel about that?
Definitely. Well, this is a very exciting time for me. Even despite the closures and the shutdowns, I'm still trying to stay active as an artist, and it's a very exciting time. I just got out of school 2 years ago, and now I have all this information, I have all this knowledge that my mentors and teachers imparted on me. So I feel like I'm totally free to do with it what I will. And one of my favorite things to do is to collaborate with other musicians and friends. And, I reached a great milestone this past December this past winter when I released one of my first studio albums with my friend Emery. And this was especially significant because we'd known each other for such a long time. And he did a great job engineering the album. But, it was very exciting to have a release. And I even made CDs of it, designed some album artwork, and I felt like it was a really personal statement of my musicianship and my experience making music with the friends of mine that I had on the album. So if you don't mind, Daniel, I just wanted to take a second to tell you about that.
I don't mind. The audience
we recorded an album about 3 years ago. When we were both studying music on the East Coast. I studied at the Eastman School, and my friend Emery studied at the Berklee College of Music.
Oh, wow.
And I brought a band over from Rochester, New York, all the way upstate, and we drove down to Boston and recorded all in one day. It was our first time kind of putting a record together all by ourselves. We didn't have a record company. We didn't have a deal or a contract. We just said, hey, we want to make some recordings. we can get some cheap studio time. And we wrote some arrangements of standards and other original tunes, couple original tunes. And we decided to call the album Letters Home because it's sort of an expression of our experience back east studying. And, like you said, Daniel, what are we going to do next? Where's our career going to start? And so for us, it kind of started with our roots here in Sacramento, because we're a product of our mentors and our family members that supported us over the years. And so it was sort of like a letter home, sort of saying thank you and sharing our experience from over there. So I'd love to share a clip. We actually just did an album release show earlier this month. It all kind of happened at once, but we did an album release show, and we have some video from the live performance. And it wasn't quite a standard live performance as we're used to. This was performed in the COVID era, as we may be calling it. But this was very exciting for us because we got to perform the music of the album live in a recording studio, the Library of Music Landria in East Sacramento. And we had the rhythm section all in one room. We were all wearing masks, as we're apt to do now, to slow the spread and everything. And we had a wind instrument. Emery was playing an alto saxophone, but he was in a separate room for us. So if you can imagine a band of musicians with the fourth band member in a completely different room, no windows. So we actually had to set up a Zoom call, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
So we, another creative use of Zoom, right? We're all tired of Zoom at this point, but it's keeping us connected, and I'm definitely grateful for it to be able to still, keep doing what we're doing. And so we had Emery on a Zoom call, and the rest of us were in the other room. We were all performing live with live sound. And so this is what we got. This is a clip from our album release show. This first tune is a blues that I wrote entitled Snap Back. So you'll get to hear a little bit of our playing in a group context. So I hope you enjoy it. This is our jazz album, Letters Home.
Sounds good. Let's listen. And remember, guys, if you like to donate, please remember, go to sccaconcerts.org. There's a little donation box. This is how we can get our music live online and have our amazing musicians. Enjoy the video. Wow. What a wonderful experience on that. That was just beautiful.
Thank you. I got my microphone.
No. Yeah, take your time. um, I one of the things I saw in your video, I was just thinking in my brain is how many instruments can you play?
Well, I had a little bit of a unique experience at Eastman because I did a double major. So I studied piano, my primary instrument, but then I also studied music education, and that degree prepares you to teach anything K through 12, general music, band, choir. So I took voice lessons, which made my mom happy. But I also studied instruments in the band repertoire. You know, like I played the trumpet. I took some saxophone lessons. I played clarinet in middle school, so that was a good start. And took a little trombone. Um, and then in my jazz degree, we did functional bass class and functional drums class. So we took a whole semester of jazz bass and jazz drum sets. I can play a little bit of the drums and the bass. I'm actually working on learning that with my roommate here in town. We've got a little house with a drum set and an acoustic bass in there. Shout out to my friend Nico for loaning us his acoustic bass because those are hard to come by. But I try to play a little upright bass, a little drums, and a few horns, a few wind instruments here and there. And I feel like that gives me a good feel of the band. You know, I play with so many different instrumentalists. It helps me to know, where they're coming from, how they do their thing. It also gives me a lot of respect for people that play instruments like the trumpet, where you don't have to just, press a note and the sound comes out. You have to really know what you're doing. That's a
Yes.
hard instrument. I really respect trumpet players.
Yeah.
But a little bit of everything, a little guitar too. So I really enjoy all those instruments.
Well, it was just amazing, the video, the expression, as you're amazing. A lot of fans online are just really excited, just saying hearts and thumbs up. It's just amazing what we can do in this, especially in this world right now. We can literally do this for the people.
I appreciate the love, everybody, and I'm so glad that you get to hear my band. I miss playing with them. I used to play with those guys all the time, and we'd perform live. We'd perform in town. We'd make recordings. So we're just doing a little differently now, and I'm super glad that we were able to share that video with you all. I'm gonna share the link to that YouTube concert in the chat if you decide that you would like to watch that whole concert. We played all the music from the album as well as one new composition at the end. So that concert is available to you if you would like to watch that anytime you want. It's available at that link. And own a copy of the CD and as well as the MP3s. You can take the music home with you. So I'll share a link to that on my Bandcamp page where you can purchase the album. And that's the ultimate support to artists these days. We don't have any way to perform and generate income the way that we're used to. But just by you throwing down a few dollars to get that copy of music for yourself, that just means the world to us. So if you would like to do so, I would sincerely appreciate it, and I'm sure Emery would as well. I'll make sure to send that link in the chat right here. Let's see here. Here it is.
Perfect.
So there you can find both the Letters Home album, just released this December, and the Christmas album. So if you want to take home some Christmas music as well, you can find it. You can stream it on that page, and you can also have the option to take home a copy for yourself.
So, Mr. Sterling, so if as we have so many fans online, is how can they get a hold of you or say, hey, I want you to come and play live streaming on my home for a party or for the future things? What can people do to contact you on this?
Sure. So you can go to my website, www.sterlingcozza.com, and there's a contact me button. So you can send me any email, and you can reach me that way. And also, if you want to be included on a list, that I have a mailing list for future performances. Anytime I, do a performance like this, whether it's virtual or in person, or any releases of new music, I send it out to my whole mailing list. So if you'd like to be included in that, feel free to go to my website and find that contact me page. I'll see if I can navigate to that here in a minute and share a link so you have it directly. But that's the best way to get in touch with me. And if you want to be included on any future correspondences, that mailing list, if you go to contact me and type in the subject line mailing list, then I'll include you on that list, and you'll get all my updates so you can hear my music. I just hope you don't get sick of me too fast.
Well, thank you. And I know you got some more music, so I'm going to let you ride and show some more talent. Everyone, just want to remind you that please go to www.sccaconcert.org. That is our website. If you want to know more information about our amazing musicians, not only that, there is a donation box that would help us bring more musicians on board, and not only that, to spread music to this world, as you are all making a difference just being online and really watching. I want to say thank you again to Mr. Carlos Fuentes as the president, and to the board of the Sacramento Concert Association for putting this all together. And thank you again, and it's all yours. Thank you.
All right, so let's see. I think I'll play one more selection from the Letters Home album, and let's see. This is an original tune that I wrote kind of in the style of Thelonious Monk. I play a lot of different types of jazz, especially solo piano, and a lot of it's very smooth and kind of silky, very very easy to listen to. I'd hope, just kind of nice, sort of classy jazz solo piano. But sometimes I get people that go to my performances and they go, oh, I really liked that one that was like really kind of wild, and usually it was the Monk tune. So Thelonious Monk was an American jazz pianist who gained notoriety in the late 40s through the 60s, and he really had his own unique style. And so I wrote this tune sort of in the style of Thelonious Monk, but sort of a more modern take on it. And this tune is called Nighty Night. It's sort of meant to have sort of a nursery rhyme feel, which, might not go so well with jazz, but we kind of turn it on its head. So this is Nighty Night. All right, that was Nighty Night, original tune of mine, sort of inspired by Thelonious Monk. And you can find that, it's the very last track on the Letters Home album release. So I'd like to continue on with a few more Christmas selections. This is, after all, a holiday concert, and I love Christmas music. It's the one time of year that everyone actually likes jazz. Excuse me for laughing at my own joke, but all the songs that everybody hears around the holidays on the radio, they're played in shopping centers and everything. They're jazz songs. They were written in the 40s. Walking in a Winter Wonderland, Frosty the Snowman. All those songs that are straight out of that kind of big band swing jazz era. You've got the Great American Songbook, great writers such as Jerome Kern, Oscar Hammerstein, Hoagie Carmichael. They all have a similar feel. And so I love this music. I love jazz music. It's where I grew up in playing that music. And so I love when December rolls around and all of a sudden we're playing these jazz tunes together. And the best part is everybody knows them. I could go all day playing standards that like It Could Happen to You, Bye Bye Blackbird, Take the A Train, but they're lesser known songs because they're from so long ago, and jazz is no longer the mainstream music. We're kind of a little underground, but we bring our heads above at the very end of the year for some Christmas music. So I'd love to play some more Christmas music for you all. Here's a song that I recorded on the recent release, Home for the Holidays, Volume 1. And I think I'm going to continue on with another swinger, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Hope you enjoy this one. All right, that was a swinging version of Walking in a Winter Wonderland.
That was amazing. Seriously, like I
Thank
can
you.
say that all day. One of the questions I want to ask
Appreciate
you, if it's okay with you, is that we have, as I explained to the other artists, is we have a lot of young brains and young minds and watching this too, is that what is one message you would give to your fans, and what would you give to a student message to not give up, to be who you are today?
Well, yeah, Daniel. I mean, I feel like that question is so charged, given the times, because I think that one of the biggest things right now is not giving up during this pandemic. I know it's difficult to talk about sometimes, but one of the most important things we can do is just stay positive. And for me, music is first. If I'm having a tough day or I'm having a tough time or I'm in a bad mood or something, I turn to music. It might be different for everybody. It might be something like going to take a walk, maybe watching a movie that you enjoy or calling a friend. For me, the first thing I do is turn on music that I enjoy. Maybe something like that. Maybe an Errol Garner piece, Concert by the Sea, one of my favorite Errol Garner recordings. Maybe a Duke Ellington big band arrangement, or maybe something more modern. Like I really enjoy this artist, P.J. Morton. He's an artist out of New Orleans. He actually just released his own Christmas album. It's killer. It's grooving. It feels great. It makes you want to dance. So, in terms of not giving up and being yourself, find music that you enjoy and that lifts your spirits. For me, it's Errol Garner, P.J. Morton. For someone else, it might be more popular artists like Dua Lipa or Jacob Collier. And finding those inspirations during this time, and all these artists are staying active and producing music during this time, whether it's like a Tiny Desk concert or a live stream performance like this. That to me that really helps us elevate, and that's why the arts, I believe, are so important, because it allows us to elevate ourselves. If we're having a tough time or just need some place to store those emotions, or to process those emotions. To me, music is so powerful for that. And you can, find your own identity. I'm still discovering my own musical identity every day in the recordings that I listen to. So that's what I would say. Just, music can be such a powerful tool during this time. And, I just, it's an integral part of my life, but I encourage, anyone watching, please, don't underestimate the power of music during times like this.
I agree. Wow. Thank you. And then I just want to say again, it's an honor that you took your time to do this for us, because you could have been somewhere else doing this, but I want to say thank you from especially the SEC. We want to say thank you for being here. And I know you have one more song left, so I'm going to let you go on that one, but I have one more before that song is, do you have any events coming up so that people can go on your website and listen to any of those kind of events in the future coming up?
Normally, I'd love to say yes, but I don't. I have no events coming up as of right now. I have no performances. I have no live performances, but I just released an album, so I hope you all can enjoy my music that way, and I hope that we can be back to performing for you in person, as soon as possible, as soon as it's safe. But I especially want to thank the Community Concert Association for having me today, and for creating this opportunity for us all to connect. What would I be doing otherwise, Daniel? Sitting in my living room playing piano by myself. At least now I can do it, and you all are here. What a treat! What a treat to be able to perform for you all and share the music that I've been working on. So, as unfortunately I don't have any performances coming up, but if you join my mailing list, I'm definitely going to be doing some live streaming from my house, and I'll be advertising that on my mailing list, making sure you know when that happens. Definitely in the new year, definitely in January, I'll be doing some more live streaming, so you can keep listening. But in the meantime, please check out our recordings. I hope you enjoy them, and if you'd like to take a copy home, you can buy them at the link on my Bandcamp page. And if you want to be on my mailing list for upcoming performances, such as live streams, and whenever we get back to doing things in person,
I agree.
Live
And
performances, hopefully soon, you can contact me, and you can join my mailing list. So I hope that we can connect that way, and hopefully see each other in person sooner rather than later.
right. So guys, please definitely go on his website. Definitely purchase one of his CDs and have your friends listen and enjoy. It's a perfect when you're doing a road trip. And as you said, thank you, SCC, for doing this. And remember, there is a donation box on there. Just click donation, and it's all yours. Let's hear one more last song. And thank you again for doing this. And Merry Christmas to you and your amazing family.
Thank you, and thanks for being here and hosting, Daniel. Appreciate you. So I've got one more Christmas tune for you all. I'm going to leave us on a warm note. It's the last track on our album and probably the closest one to my heart. It's called Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Thanks again, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you again, and Merry Christmas. Come on back anytime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, not only that, we have two other special musicians coming online. We're gonna have our amazing let's get Miss, oh, there you guys are. Okay, you guys are on. Hi, Laurel. I am
Hey,
so
how are you?
blessed. Good. We've been having an amazing concert, and you guys are it. I want to say thank you. Laurel is her background. She is a musician. Not only that, she is a professor at Sac State. We want to say thank you again for being a wonderful professor. And we have Jacqueline. By the way, happy belated birthday. And we are all excited that you are here, and you are an inspiration to the African American Art Song Alliance. We want to say thank you for just making a wonderful your book. I've been reading so much online about your history, both of you guys. So it is amazing from Laurel, from when you were 14 years old, you're like, I'm moving out, I'm going to go and make music. And it's amazing. So I want to say thank you on that. And you guys are just both teachers, musician, and just been in this educational world. And we are so excited you guys are here.
And we're excited to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I know you guys have some amazing music, and then we're going to do some, we're going to talk about it a little bit, but do you have anything you would like to share? We have so many people online today from different states, and I want to let you know that it's amazing. I can see people's reaction, and I am so blessed to see both of you here today.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for watching. We're ready for the music to begin. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Laurel.
So my producer was advising me, I'm gonna because he's getting some stuff going.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. One of the question is, what first got you guys in the music business?
Okay, Laurel, you first.
Oh, okay. All right. I got into music because my parents belonged to a non-such record club. And I used to look forward so much once a month for these records to arrive. And I would listen all the time when the Mozart flute and harp concerto came. I went nuts. I was like so happy to hear that piece. And I didn't know whether or not I wanted to play flute or harp, but the flute is much smaller and cheaper. And so I got a flute. Jackie.
Jackie?
Well, actually, when I came into the world, music was already in me. It must have come from some far back ancestry, because as far back as I could remember, I was making up tunes in my head. I was making up tunes on the kitchen table. And then when my parents finally got a piano, then of course I had official lessons. But I'd already had lessons from within. How about that?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and especially in that time, how was that you influencing the world with your music, especially now you're doing gospel? That's one of your major things. How is that going?
Now let me correct you. No, my main thing is spirituals. There's a difference
Spiritual,
between
right.
spirituals and gospel. Gospel didn't come along until later, but spirituals were the first in line.
Wow. You guys, literally, I'm going to be honest, I'm praising you guys making that difference. And especially, I know you guys have books out there about you guys, just working with this world. And I don't know what to say. It's just, I am very blessed to have you guys being part of this amazing concert association, and want to say deeply from the board, and I want to say thank you. I want to praise you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we got some amazing music for you guys. We are standing by. Okay, so my producer wanted me to ask you guys. He's still working on some of the videos, so he want to ask me, what was the first piece as you guys were doing? What is this first piece all about?
This is Mishi Banjo. Jackie, I'm going to defer to you. Well, maybe we should just play it. Let's play it.
Let's play it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see it. So we're having a little bit of difficulties with the technology, but we're getting it. Here we go.
Okay.
Wow, that was really amazing piece. How do you guys enjoy working together?
We love it.
It's
We actually love it. You know, Dennis, what we do is we pick out a repertoire. I bought all of these spiritual books, and I just pick out beautiful pieces and ask Jackie if she'd like to do them, and we just go from there. We're planning a new recording, and as soon as COVID gets under control, we're going to start recording again. I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited about this. And do you guys have CDs that people can log in and buy some of your pieces? And what would it be? And what is the website?
Yes, you can go on Apple. You can go on Spotify. You can go YouTube. I mean, they're sold everywhere. So you can download anywhere, and Amazon, you know, just anywhere you want. Just if you write in our names and the name of the recording, which is A Change Has Got to Come, we're all set.
I love it. So guys, please definitely look into their profile. Definitely look into buying some of their beautiful pieces. This is how we can be stable in this world and really enjoy what music is. And I want you to share that with everyone around the world, because spreading the music and spreading that just makes this world a little bit better. One of my other questions for you guys is that, where have you guys performed? I know you performed at Carnegie Hall in New York when you were 16 years old. I was just like 16. How did that feel?
Oh,
That's
okay.
Laurel. That's you, Laurel.
All right, Jackie, I got it. Okay, so when I was 16, I actually met Paula Robeson, who became my teacher for years, and she had a remarkable influence on me. And she just told me to audition for this Christmas seminar orchestra that happened in Carnegie Hall and also at Kennedy Center. So I got in. There was only one flute. I was flutist, and it was in New York. And I come from New York, so it was very familiar for me. But it was wonderful. But, you know, Jackie and I have performed together at Carnegie, too. Jackie had a whole concert of music of her own, where she conducted and she played, you know, piano, had her own arrangements and everything. And just, it was so important. It was such a wonderful, beautiful concert. Thank you, Jackie.
And thank you, Laurel. And of course, I was much older than 16 at the time, right?
And
Right.
You know, the other thing I want to add, just digress in one moment, when the first piece that you played, the Camille Nickerson piece, we definitely want to give credit to the writer or the person from the New Orleans area that brought that piece forward, as well as others that Laurel has done. Camille Nickerson. So really put that name, etch that name in the back of your memory.
Yeah, okay. Wow. And not only that, Jackie, you've just been honored at, I believe, in Lincoln, or
Lincoln Center.
Lincoln
Yes.
Center. How did that feel when you got honored on that?
Well, it felt very special between Robert Sims and Sushil Bibbs, who were the sponsors of the event. I got a chance to not only receive the honor, but the special guest who attended and sat next to me was the diva Kathleen Battle.
oh, wow.
And so I was very thrilled about that. So yeah, that was a very special occasion.
Oh man, I wish I was there.
And Robert Sims, who's a wonderful baritone, was the one who set that up by himself. And then of course, Sushil joined him with her nonprofit.
That's amazing. And my question for both of you guys, I know our producer is getting ready for the next video, is that why did you guys get into the teaching mode? I know I work as an education, and it's like, I'm still like, why am I in this business? But I want to ask you, especially so long you guys been doing it.
Well, I'll start. When I moved from North Carolina to California, and this goes back to, oh my goodness, earlier than that. I got a job teaching at a college. I was invited to teach at a college, community college. And that's where I began to really bring out the skills, hoping that the students themselves would benefit from knowledge about the music. And that was before I even had an opportunity to meet the famous Laurel. And after I met her, then of course the whole world changed.
Yes, I believe it.
Boom.
Laurel, don't tell her this, but she just brings we just had a wonderful conversation this morning and just brought this amazing bright face. And when if you see her like every day you practice, it's like, oh, this place has more lights. Oh my goodness. She's like a celebration coming in.
Well,
I felt.
You had a very nice Superman costume on that shirt. I mean, how could I not beam? It was beautiful.
Thank you on that one. I love it. But I love that as I'm getting to know you guys. And one of the things about you, Laurel, is as we were speaking in the morning, I was very blessed, and just giving that atmosphere, who you are. And not only that, not being fake, but being you. And I've noticed that students could see both of you guys like that. You guys are not just teachers. You guys are like their mother, their sister, their family. And so it is an inspiration that what you both do is that you both have inspired so many people being where they're at today because of you. And I know you hear that a lot, but I want our audience to know that you are making that impact and a difference, because I know you guys say, have I made a difference? Yes, you guys have. And keep doing what you're doing. Seriously.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you.
And your background is beautiful. And I'm going to hold this beautiful little Christmas tree that I was presented on yesterday by my granddaughter, who's named after me, Jacqueline.
Oh.
And she lives in Roseville, California, which is about 20 minutes from me. And she brought me this. And she also brought me, I don't know if you can see the pictures of my great-grands.
Wow.
Too. Granddaughter and great-granddaughter and great-grandson, Gabriella and I almost said Carlos. No, Carlos is in the other picture. What's his name? Oh, Darian. I had to look to review his name. Darian and Gabriella.
And do they play music too, or no?
You know, not really, but Gabriella is interested, because when they came to my house, this was before the pandemic, Gabriella went immediately to my piano and she started to play little tunes. And then, of course, I taught her something like, Mary had a little lamb. Here we go round the moon, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, and so forth.
Wow. That's amazing. My other question is with both of you guys, when it was your first time performing on stage, were you guys scared? Did you guys have anxiety? And how did you really achieve that to be on that stage?
Okay, Laurel.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think I ever felt nervous on stage. It's prior. I get very, very nervous prior to performing. And then when I get on, I just really focus on the music and sharing it. And I don't feel nervous.
Wow.
And Daniel, back in my day, since I predate Laurel a little bit, that's when teachers came to the homes and teachers had private recitals, you know, whether it was at their church or in their homes. So I had that experience, and that was many years prior to the Carnegie Hall experience. But like Laurel said, you know, there are those nervous tidbits in the very beginning. Then once you're on, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to get back to the music. The producer was just advised me he got the next video. So let's do the next one, and then we'll talk about that music a little bit after the piece.
Right.
Thank you again for being part of this amazing event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo, Laurel. Bravo.
Thanks, Jackie.
Wow. What a beautiful
Thank you.
scene. Were you
Thank
there?
you.
Were you actually there in that beautiful scene?
I was, and that particular song was it was called El Valle, and it's in Pan.
Okay.
And I was with a partner at that time, and we used to spend about 3 months a year in the jungles of of South America and Central America. And I wrote about 50 pieces based on my travels because I was so moved by, the cities and the jungle. That's what happened.
Well, I feel like I could do the bolero on that one.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Daniel, what do you have to play next by us? Oh, all right. There's another Laurel specialty.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to talk about it, or are you going to play it?
If you'd like to share a little bit about it before,
Okay.
yes, this is your time.
What piece is it you guys are going to play? Do you know?
My producer, he has the list.
Okay.
But we're just gonna go.
I'll tell you a little bit. I can tell you just a tad about it. Okay. Poetic Justice was a group I was
In Your Dreams.
What?
It's called In Your Dreams. That's what's called the title.
Okay. In Your Dreams was a composition written by a partner of mine named Davis Sapper, guitarist and mandolin player, keyboards. We did this recording in a studio, and the players are remarkable. The fellow that played keyboards, Tim Gorman, he's actually, everybody's heard of The Who, the rock band, and the famous, he was the keyboard player. Anytime you hear keyboards with The Who, there's that famous solo, and I cannot remember the name of the tune, but he is the keyboard player in it. The bass player is a man named David Margan, who used to play in Santana, and then Prairie Prince, a powerful, powerful drummer, and he played in so many rock groups. And so this was a really exciting experience for me because these were very top players in the rock and roll business, and I was really in awe of them because, it's not my first music. Classical is my first music. And so I was very excited that Davis Sapper offered me to be in this group. I was very excited.
Wow. Well, we are going to check that out, and the producer's going to play, and let's hear it. I'm excited.
Thank you.
And no, thank you for doing this. We appreciate you. Wow, I love that you put rock and roll and your flute. It's just incredible. I was just
Thank you.
enjoying that piece. How long did
Thank
it take you to write that piece?
I didn't compose it. I just wrote all the flute parts. But Davis Sapper composed the piece, and we lived together, and we used to work together. And it was like 1988 when we did this, because I had just moved to Sacramento, and she moved with me, and we just worked together, and we came up with this recording. We were playing in a lot of clubs in New York at that point.
Wow, it's just the music was literally a wonderful influence, and one of the things too, I didn't realize, but I know you just got an award at Sacramento State.
I did.
Yeah, apparently, yes, you did. I was just reading your profile. The School of Arts Award for research and creativity, and I was just like, wow. How do you feel about that accomplishment at Sac State?
So that happened several years ago, and I'm very grateful that happened. Yeah, thank you.
That is
I think
incredible.
mostly what I really enjoyed at the university is dealing with the students. I mean, I really enjoy teaching the flute to my students, and that's something that's been wonderful for me.
And then I have a question for Jacqueline. Can you explain? Apparently, you just got another award. I mean, I'm just seeing an amazing award by the Women of Alameda County Women Hall of Fame. Apparently, recently.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, apparently on the government website, apparently it says that you just received one on there, and I was just want to say congratulations. Yeah, and then I want to know what is, and I know our viewers would love to know, the African American Art Song Alliance. What is that about?
Oh my goodness. The person who is directly responsible for that festive happening is Dr. Darrell Taylor, who I met years ago when he was a tenor, and then he became a countertenor. And when I heard this exquisite voice, I thought, oh my goodness. And he's at the University of Irvine. So yes, I'm very pleased to even know him. And when he asked me not too long ago to do an arrangement for him, and it was taken from a gospel arrangement, which I found interesting, I said, but Darrell, this is gospel. So I said, you're not a gospel singer. And he said, I know. He said, but I like the piece. It's called Give Me a Clean Heart. And I just want you to do it for me in a concertized spiritual setup. So that's what I did for him. That's what I like about his versatility and being able to sing all types.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, the history you guys are building in this world, it's amazing. One of the things I want to ask you, I know we have another piece coming up, and I know our producer is getting ready to put a new piece in there. What is the best advice you've been giving to your students, for both of you guys?
Well, let's see. I always say go for it. You know, if you're interested in any phase of music, whether it's classical or rhythm and blues or whatever, you know, if you think you have a talent in that idiom, go for it. You know, put yourself out there, whether you're a singer or instrumentalist, and let it be known that you have a vested interest in that specific art forms. And then go for performing it.
And I mean, that's amazing. How about you, Laurel?
I think practicing, I wasn't sure of the question. You wanted to know what I've said to my students?
Yeah, what was one of the keys you always advise your students to do? As she said, it's like, go for it. And when students come to you and, Professor, I can't do this. This is so hard. I don't know what to do on this piece. What do you advise them?
I tell them to practice very slowly, extraordinarily slowly. I do a lot myself, because if you can play something with feeling, with beauty, with the same type of beauty you would up to tempo, you can do it up to tempo. But it's very important to really learn how to sculpt sound. I'm talking about the flute, of course, but sculpting the sound with your embouchure, it's very important to learn how to do that slowly. So I just tell them, practice slowly. Don't worry about, don't be judgmental on yourself. I think that's a big deal, not to judge yourself, because the fact is that we have to enjoy the act of practicing. If we don't enjoy the act of practicing an instrument or a singing, then we're in the wrong business. And it's best to go into business or something. I don't know, politics. Who knows?
No, I'm not going to bring politics in this whole world. No, we're all about music here, so we're good.
Okay,
all right,
cool.
So Mr. Fuente, one of the things with our president, I want to say thank you to Mr. Fuentes as our president, as he is doing a great job as producing. I want to just put a shout out on that as our president, our technology person. Thank you, as we are all doing this at home on that. So I want to just put a shout out on that. All right, so we're going to be listening
pleasure,
to another
Daniel.
piece.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to be listening to another beautiful piece. So please enjoy this beautiful piece.
What's the name of it, Daniel?
Let me see. Producer will probably advise me what.
A change has got to come.
There, change has to come. Thank you, producer.
By Jackie Hairston.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good, Laurel.
Oh, thank you. You too, Jackie. Beautiful piece.
And Daniel, I wanted to tell you, in case anyone wants to hear more of it online, I had a wonderful singer who was at the college by the name of what's his name? Let me think. Who sang it? Who sang, because it has words to it too.
Oh.
And the fact that he was able to sing it makes a lot of difference. Larry Sampson was his name. And he's on YouTube, so you can find his illustration of it. And it can give you another avenue to what the flute played, what now a singer sings, and when he does it in his way. And one of the key words in African American music is improvisation. And he's able to really improvise a great deal. And that makes all the difference. And then you can compare his singing to Laurel's flute playing and say, aha, these are two different avenues, but they both are an approach to the same piece.
Wow. Well, my next question is, how long does it take both of you guys to do a rehearsal together and for putting a piece out?
It depends. It depends on how much time each of us has. Now, when Laurel was teaching at school, at the college, and I don't know if she's fully retired yet. She calls herself retired. I don't think she's fully retired. You know, it would depend on the time that she had available. And we would set aside time to be together and to do what we needed to do. But I commend Laurel because she's the one who put the recordings together. See, she's got a better feeling about this Zoom operation that I do. So I'm still learning. Thank you, Laurel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a wonderful time recording this CD because we did it at Skywalker. And Leslie Ann Jones, who is the head of the sound department of recording at Skywalker, was our engineer, and she's such a delight to work with.
Wow. Well, we got some more music to come, so I'm going to let our producer, we got about a few more songs to put out. So go ahead, producer, do your magic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being on our channel. Thank you, SEC, for what you're doing to this amazing community. And remember, if you want to donate, just click on donation. And I know with Christmas and everything around the corner, don't worry, we even accept $5, even $3. Little things, little pennies, like my parents said, always helps. So do what you can. And thank you again to our president just for going through this whole entire motion, and especially with this whole technology part. So thank you again. Enjoy, and I'm going to let you go. Let's do it.
What's the next one on the list? What's the next piece?
I believe
I think it's called Night in Quito.
Quito, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I should say that the pianist is named Jim Martinez, and the drummer named David Rokeach, and the bass player's name is Paul Klempow. And it was really great to work with all three of those gentlemen.
Wow. It's tremendous how many people you guys go and work together and just making beautiful pieces. I know we have another, I believe our producer is advising us. I know we're going to have some other pieces coming up. So I love it. So yes.
Great.
Go ahead, producer. Do your thing.
Woo. Oh, yes.
All right.
By Roxlow Playera for flute and harp. That was Sarah Cutler on the harp, the great Sarah Cutler, who used to play in the New York City Opera Company before it shut down. Beverly Sills Opera Company, or her husband's also. And the engineer for that is the multi-Grammy award-winning Adam Abeshouse, who is an amazing producer to work with, and he has a studio in his house. So it makes it really easy to record, but he's phenomenal, just a phenomenal artist.
I hope
That's
you
incredible.
stay in touch with all those people, Laurel.
What?
I hope you still stay in touch with all of them.
I do. I
Good.
do. Yeah, all my New York friends and everything. Oh yeah, we stay in touch. Absolutely. All the time. I hear from them. I heard from a couple of friends yesterday. It was wonderful.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Looks like our producer just advising us we are all BFFs now, so it's kind of nice.
Oh, good. Best friends?
Yes, I love it. So
Great.
here's another piece. A change has got to come. So hopefully you enjoy this piece, everyone. Great job, you guys.
Thank you.
You guys are doing an amazing job, and thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I think Cassandra's Lullaby. Daniel. Now that was Cassandra's Lullaby by one of
Right.
the professors at Howard University, taken from that same album, A Change Has Got to Come. He was Mark Fax, probably very well known for his contemporary kinds of writings.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the pleasure of having him as a professor at Howard University.
Wow. That's amazing.
Is there another piece coming up or?
Yes, we still have some more pieces. Our producer getting everything started. I think we have like 2 or 3 more, I think.
Okay. Great. I
It's
can let you know what they're called when I see the album.
perfect.
Okay.
Thanks for your patience, everyone. I gotta make sure there's no ads.
Oh, hi, Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Okay, this is called Crystal Palace.
All
Written
right.
by David Snapper. And that was with Prairie Prince on drums. Again, you can tell what a powerful percussion player he is. Just unbelievable. Davis Sapper playing mandolin and guitars, and then Tim Gorman playing keyboards, and then I did the flutes.
Wow. Well, thank you. And then we have 2 more songs till we're finished. So just
Okay.
giving you guys a heads up, and thank you all the viewers for being here. Thank you for all the musicians for being here. I just want to put a shout out on that. And let's enjoy these 2 musical pieces before we have to end. And now after this, I'm going to have to cry and figure out what to do after myself.
I'll take you for a drink.
What was that again?
I'll take you for a drink.
I'm in. I'm so in. So this next piece is, I believe our producer was saying this next piece is called This Is Little Light. So enjoy.
And Daniel, I'll add, when Laura is not playing that, it's also performed by a wonderful operatic singer by the name of Louise Toppin, who also has come up with recent recordings. So if you were to have, when you heard Laurel playing it, she was playing it like a soprano would sing it. So thank you.
Oh,
Wow. Well, thank you again. And we're going to have one more song, and then we're going to have our special president come online. I just want to give you guys a heads up, and thank you again, Mr. Carlos Fuentes, for being our amazing president. Not only that, doing our media stuff too, by the way. So Mr. Fuentes is the president of our establishment. And I want to say again, thank you for doing that part, because it is a lot of work. So thank you again. Please enjoy this amazing song, Plenty Good Room, and enjoy.
thank you.
Bravo, Laurel. Bravo, Laurel.
Thank you. That was a beautiful piece you wrote, Jackie. I loved it.
It's an arrangement. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And it's Carlos. Oh, hi, Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to pop in for a moment and say thank you to all of our incredible performers for doing such an incredible job of sharing an afternoon of music making with us. I wanted to give a very special round of applause to Mr. Daniel Kane, our public relations manager, who is knocking this hosting gig out of the park. This is all uncharted waters for all of us with the new virtual format, but we are grateful that we're grateful for everybody's sense of perseverance and that you guys are continuing to just do what you do best, which is just be spectacular musicians, spectacular artists, and spectacular people of character. That's what really counts more than anything. So thank you for paving the way for so many young people to follow in your footsteps. And to our audience members, thank you for taking time out of your day today to be a part of this celebration. Now, if you enjoyed this celebration, guess what? It's gonna still be online after the broadcast concludes today. So please like and share and send it to your friends and your family members. If you weren't able to catch Brennen and Dennis at the beginning or Sterling in the middle, you'll be able to just rewind and watch to your heart's content. Please support these artists. Continue to support the Sacramento Community Concert Association. We are very happy to be able to say that we were not a victim of, the funding and all kinds of issues going on in the pandemic. We are still here, we're still kicking, and we are going to be back better than ever once things return to a little bit more of a sense of normal.
Carlos, we should have had you sing Chestnuts Roasting.
Well, I appreciate the invitation, but some other time. I'll spare you all that today. But I will say, though, that if you enjoyed these performers today, stay tuned. Be a part of our communities online on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube, because we will be presenting many of these performers again live and in person and in the flesh as soon as we are able to do so safely. So if you enjoyed the music today, there's a lot more of it coming, and we have a lot of really wonderful things happening in the future. So stay tuned, everybody. Great things in the works for the Sacramento Community Concert Association. So
Thank you, Carlos.
happy to be a part of this incredible organization. Any last thoughts, Mr. Kane? You want to take us on home, or?
Well, one of the
Got
things
work here might be done.
Well, one of the things is I wanted to say thank you again to each and one of you guys just for taking their time, especially doing this for us. And one of the things is I want to wish each and one of you guys and our audience a Merry Christmas. Be safe and not only that, when you're at that table with your family, just remember what you have, because some other people do not have what they have. So be blessed. Merry Christmas. And thank you for letting me be the host. I was just like nervous and I'm like, oh my goodness, but thank you for supporting.
You're not supposed to tell him that. Because nobody could have known the difference.
Bravo.
But I really enjoy being the host, and thank you again, because this music's all about you guys and not about me, but you guys bringing this music to the community and bringing it to the world. So let's do it again.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you in 2021. Be blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be blessed. And not only that, remember to